So one thing I'd like to do is get this 360 cam mounted somewhere really good. Now, we have tried everywhere with this camera, and it just needs to be somewhere where it's got an all-round view. And I thought, what better place to put it than where like a co-pilot, a co-sailor would sit. So I think if we're looking at the boat here, look, I think I would be sat here, maybe up to there. You can see where I use that as a little backrest. So really a co-sailor would be sat here or here maybe, and I think the mainsail has got enough clearance for you to see. And then on one tack, actually the mainsail would be right out one way. If we come back here, the mainsail would be right out this way, so you'd have all of this. And if it's over the camera, well, we'll come to that when we come to it. So what I've got, this is my old, or one of my old GoPro stands, and the I always had a problem with this. The actual little triple foot part of this broke, and they're really good. I think they're called Smartree or Smartree. They actually sent me a whole new one. I actually asked if I could just, you know, they could replace a little part, but they actually sent me a whole new one, which was really nice of them. But it means I've got this one spare. I did buy a spare foot for it, which I managed to find in the end. But I'm thinking, let me just open that for you. I'm thinking if we have it like something like that, and then we somehow connect it to the gunwale here. In fact, that's too high, isn't it, really? I think we do it like that, so we can screw it in, and probably choose this side because there's a lot less going on here. And then let me just tie that up, lock that up. So if we have that like that, and then we sort of screw that into there, and then that'll be right up there. I think that could work, and we'll have it maybe here, and we'll put the 360 camera on top of that. Now the only thing is, this is teak, and I've asked for some advice on how you screw into teak wood, and I haven't really had any until I spoke to an old chap this morning. He's an 80-year-old sailor, and he's just down here for his little sail. And let me get into the right light. I love speaking to old people. I actually have worked in an old people's home before, and I don't understand why the elderly get written off so quickly. They've got so much experience and they know so much, and he's told me, yeah, you can just screw straight into teak. He said if you really want to put a bit of teak oil in, but he says when you take everything off and give the boat a teak oil at the end of the season, he said just the teak oil will get into there anyway. So he said don't worry, just use decent screws and screw it in. So that's what we're going to do. So because it's not level, I'm going to have to put it at an angle and put the two screws here and here. I've used, so there's a nice flat washer and then a little cup shape washer. So this will be nice and flush, and it won't, you know, the screw definitely won't go through there. The screws I'm using are possibly a little bit too long. Ooh, and I'm hoping that one doesn't, well, it's gone through, whatever it's gone through anyway. Oh, Jesus. Actually, that's screwed in so well, you almost don't need another one. The idea was to put that there, another screw in here, and that'd be nice rock solid. And then you can see this there, just rest on there. You can see that will actually pack away quite nicely as well, and these tighten up. So I won't have to take this out, and you can put any camera on there, I guess, but it's meant for the 360 camera. There we go. Oh, that's really sturdy. So the next thing we need to do is get these tied up, which is quite difficult with one hand. Let's have a go. Oh, there you go. So let's get those secure. There we go. And then that will just be like that. We'll try and get that level. And then the beauty of this is that this undoes here, and you can tilt this quite nicely, so you can get the camera at a nice angle. So let's now put the camera in. So there it is, and then that's relatively level. Yeah, and then we just set that. It's got a little screen on it. I think if we do that, I think, yeah, about there. So let's have a quick look at that and make sure that's, and then as you can see, yeah, you'll be able to see me because of the 360 lens. Let's leave it at that and let's see how that works. We could always alter it and adjust it as we go along.